Yeah, hi everyone. So we are just continuing the previous lecture. We were studying about the basics of complex number. A lot of concept we have seen and some questions also we have solved, right? Now we need to solve the questions only. So in the first half of this video we will solve the question, and then in the second half we need to learn one concept. Okay, mostly with the question only we will learn that concept. So yeah. So let's get started solving this problem. So z equals to under root 3 plus iota by 2 is given. You need to find out z to the power 4. So there could be different way of solving this problem. Like what most of the people would do, method 1. Some people, what they would do is that they can find out z square first. They will find out z square. How they will find out z square? They will say that sir, z square would be nothing but z into z. So that would be sir under root 3 by 2 plus iota by 2 multiply with under root 3 by 2. Basically you need to do it square, right? And you need to do the square. So when you do the square, what you will be getting? A square plus b square. What will be the square of iota square divided by 4? Or that would be 1 by 4 minus 1 by 4. Why minus 1 by 4? Because iota square is minus 1, 2 square will be 4. So minus 1 by 4 plus 2ab. 2ab. Right? So what you are getting? 1 by 2 plus iota under root 3 by 2. Now what they would do, sir, I need to calculate z to the power 4. So I will do the z square square. Basically I would do the square of z square. Square of z square. So I will do the square of this. So I will get the answer. It is a gate PYQ only actually. Okay. So this is how they will solve it. So a square plus b square, that will be 3 by 4. Iota square will be minus 1. A square plus b square plus 2ab. 2 into 1 by 2 iota under root 3 by 2. So what is the answer they are getting? Minus 1 by 2 plus iota under root 3 by 2. That's the answer, and this is also a correct way of solving. There is no harm in that. Okay, this is also a correct way of solving, but there is method 2 as well. What your method 2 says. So for that, what I will do is that I will keep this question on the next page. Okay, let's take this question on the next page and we will solve this question. We will solve later on, but let's keep this space for method 2. So let's take method 2 here. What our method 2 would say, that mostly I would prefer solving the questions of complex variable in polar form. So what I would do, I would convert it into the polar form. What is r? R is the magnitude. What is r? R is the magnitude. So magnitude of this, what is the number? Number is under root 3 by 2 plus iota 1 by 2. So what is the magnitude? Under root 3 by 2 square, under root 3 by 2 square, that would be 3 by 4 plus 1 by 4. So magnitude is 1. What about the angle? What will be the angle? Angle will be on x axis under root 3 by 2, on y axis 1 by 2. On x axis under root 3 by 2, on y axis 1 by 2. Under root 3 by 2, y by 2. So where you will reach? Here you will reach. What is the angle? Angle made with positive x axis. Now I guess you are comfortable without even making the diagram. Without even making the diagram as well, you will be comfortable. Y by x. So 1 by 2 divided by under root 3 by 2. So tan theta equals to 1 by under root 3. So theta would be equals to 30 degree. So theta would be equals to 30 degree. So what number you are getting? The number is coming out to be r equals to 1 e to the power iota 30 degree. What you are supposed to calculate? Z to the power 4. So e to the power iota 30 degree multiply with 4. So what will be the answer? E to the power iota 30 into 4 will be 120 degree. So z to the power 4 is e to the power iota 120 degree. What it could be written as? It could be written as cos 120 degree plus iota sine 120 degree. So what will be cos 120 degree? You can directly use from the calculator, or you can think, sir, cos 120, it would be sine 90 plus 30, sorry, cos 90 plus 30. That means it would be equals to sine 30, and in the second quadrant, cos would be negative only. So answer is sine 30. What is sine 30? Sine 30 is 1 by 2. So answer will be minus 1 by 2. What is sine 120? That would be equals to cos 30, and in the second quadrant, sine is positive. So what is cos 30? Cos 30 equals to sine 60. So what is sine 60? Sine 60 is nothing but under root 3 by 2. So that's it. This is the answer. There you go. Minus 1 by 2 plus iota under root 3 by 2. Okay, so if I was the student, I would have preferred this way. I would have gone into polar coordinate system and I would have solved it in this manner. Because here they are only asking z to the power 4. What if in the examination they would have asked z to the power 92? So what would you do? Z to the power 92 they would have asked. So would you do this calculation again and again? Absolutely not. z to the power 92 if they would have asked, then this calculation I would have to prefer, no? So this will become 92 into 30 degrees. So angle, solving the angle cos, no matter whatever the angle is, I can solve with the calculator. But here it would be problematic, right? Understandable? So I would prefer this method. Let's go to the next one. You need to simplify it. So there is a certain method of simplifying your complex number. How do you do it? If your complex number is in the form of, let's just say z equals to a plus iota b divided by c plus iota d. So what people do is that they will multiply and divide it by c minus iota d. Then it would be simplified. Okay. So let's do the same thing here. Minus 5 plus tan j divided by 3 plus 4j, multiply and divide by 3 minus 4j, 3 minus 4j. Why we are doing so? Do you know what is a, what will be c plus iota d multiply with c minus iota d? Isn't it a square minus b square? What is a square minus b square? A square minus b square is a plus b into a minus b. So isn't it a square minus b square? Right? Say yes or no. So this will be c square, iota square will be minus 1, so c square plus d square. Right? So it will come out to be c square plus d square. So what this will be? Isn't it like number multiply with the complex variable? Sorry. Complex number multiply with its conjugate. Isn't it z multiply with z conjugate? What that would be? Square of the magnitude. So what will be the square of the magnitude? Square of the magnitude will be 3 square plus 4 square. Are you able to understand this point? 3 square plus 4 square will be nothing but 25. So downward what you are getting? You are getting 25. Okay. So in the denominator you are getting 25. In the numerator what you will get? Minus 5 into 3, minus 15, plus 20j, plus 30j, and here you will get minus 40 and j square will be minus 1. So it will become plus 40. Right? So 25 plus 50j divided by 25. That would be 1 plus 2j is the answer. So this is the answer, 1 plus 2j. Okay. So this is one of the method that this is how you can simplify. Other method, go with the polar coordinate system. Because if you are too much habitual with the polar coordinate system, so you would have directly gone with polar coordinate system. So there what I would need? I would need the magnitude and the angle. Here it will be a bit lengthy actually. A bit lengthy, not very lengthy, a bit lengthy. What will be the magnitude of tan square plus 5 square? That would be under root 125. And what you will be getting here? Divided by under root 25. 16 plus 9, 25. So under root 25 here, under root 125. What will be the angle here? Minus 5 tan j. Minus 5 tan j you will be reaching here. Minus 5 tan j. X equals to minus 5, y equals to 10. Minus 5 tan j. So what will be this angle? 5, y axis value is 10. So it will be tan inverse 2 only. This angle will be nothing but tan inverse 2. Y axis value is 10. This value is, this length is 10, this length is 5. This length is 10, this length is 5. Right? So what will be the tan inverse 2? So this angle will be 63.43 degree, which we have already seen. So what will be this angle? This angle will be nothing but 180 degree minus 116.56 degree. 116.56 degree. Okay. So what answer we are getting here? E to the power 116.56 degree. E to the power j. What will be this? What will be the angle made by this? That would be 4,3. Here will be your 4,3. Right? Here will be your 4,3. So y axis value is 4. Y axis value is 4. X axis value is 3. So 4 by 3. Tan inverse 4 by 3. Tan inverse 4 by 3 is equivalent to 53 degree. Okay. So 3,4 I would say tan inverse 4 by 3 is equivalent to 53 degree. That is 53 degree. So e to the power j 53 degree. So what answer you are getting here? So 125 divided by 25 under root 5. Under root 5. E to the power 116.56 minus 53. 116.56 minus 53. You are getting 63.43. 63.43 degree. What answer you will get here? Under root 5. Now this will be cos 63.43. cos 63.43, cos 63.43. So here it is becoming lengthy actually. 0.447 plus iota sine 63.43. Sine 63.43, which is 0.89. So now you do the multiplication. What answer you are getting? Under root 5 multiply with 0.447. 1 plus, if you do the multiplication, 0.89 multiply with under root 5, 2. 1 plus 2j. That's the answer that you are getting here as well. Understandable? So this is the process. This is the process here as well. So this is how you need to proceed. So here it actually became lengthy. Here it was short only. So basically, when you need to simplify, no, you simplify always by this process. This is the process that I have given. So this is a standard process. You would use it in 11th 12th class as well, right? You would have seen this process in your class 11th 12th as well. And when you simplify, you just simply multiply with c minus iota d on the numerator and the denominator. Okay. And what is c multiply with c plus iota d multiply with c minus iota d? That we already know, that would be c square plus d square. Let's go to the next question. You need to show that sin z bar. What is the meaning of bar here? Bar means conjugate. Okay. Bar here means conjugate. This is conjugate. So sin z conjugate is equals to sin z conjugate. This is what they are asking. So what is sin z? Sir, sin z, and z is a complex number here. Z is a complex number. So sin z is nothing but, sir, e to the power iota z minus e to the power minus iota z divided by 2j. Now what you are doing? You are taking the conjugate of sin z. You are taking the conjugate of sin z. This is what you are doing. So that means I am supposed to take the conjugate of this particular thing. I am supposed to take the conjugate of this particular thing. Now I told you one thing, that whenever you take the conjugate, what you do? You replace iota with minus iota, right? You replace iota with minus iota. So first there is iota, this will be replaced with minus iota. Second there is iota, this will be replaced with minus iota. Iota will be replaced with minus iota. This iota has become minus iota. This iota has become minus iota, so minus minus will become plus. Divided by this iota will also be replaced with minus iota. Is this correct? Did I do it correctly? No, there is something wrong. What is wrong? You will put the conjugate here as well. Why is that so, sir? Because what is your z? Z is a complex number, no? Z itself is x plus iota y. So here also there is iota, no? What will be your z conjugate? That would be x minus iota y. That means this iota should also be converted into minus iota. So here also there is iota, which we cannot see. If we cannot see it, then what we will do? We will put the conjugate here. So yes, sir, iota should be replaced with minus iota, but z will also be replaced with z conjugate, because it is also having iota, no? That iota should also be converted. So z will be replaced with z conjugate, iota will be replaced with minus iota. So two processes we need to do actually. But when the number itself is given, no, here there is no z. Here we know that in this whole number there is only one iota. There is only this iota. So I will replace iota with minus iota. But here, sir, z is also given, no? So inside that, here as well there is one iota available. So z will be replaced with z conjugate. Now if you take this sign upper side, what you will get? This negative sign will be multiplied with this negative sign. So what you are getting? E to the power iota z conjugate minus e to the power minus iota z conjugate divided by 2 iota. Divided by 2 iota. Divided by 2 iota. So what is this? Like, what is sin theta? Sin theta is e to the power iota theta, e to the power minus iota theta divided by 2 iota. So in place of iota, what we have put? Z conjugate. So what we are getting? Sin z conjugate. Is this the answer? Yes, this is the answer. So in the examination, the question was asked that cos z whole bar is equivalent to, it is equivalent to what? It is equivalent to what? So answer was cos z bar, and which is pretty simple as well. Why is that so? Without even doing all this process, you can directly write down the answer, that your cos z conjugate would be equivalent to cos z conjugate only. Cos z conjugate, cos z whole conjugate would be equivalent to cos z conjugate only. Why is that so? Why it is certain? Because what is cos z? Cos z is nothing but cos x plus iota y. Now you are taking the conjugate of this number. Now you are taking the conjugate of this number. What you will do? If I am taking the conjugate, I told you conjugate has only one process. What is that process? That in place of iota you need to put minus iota. So in place of iota you need to put minus iota. And what is this? This is nothing but z conjugate. cos of z conjugate. So what you are getting? This is what you are getting. That's it. If I ask you what is f of z conjugate, what will your answer? Sir, f of z conjugate would be nothing but f of z conjugate. Say yes or no. Did you understand this? Do you understand this thing or not? So no matter whether it is sinusoid, cosinusoid or whatever it is, simple thing is that f of z conjugate, f of z whole conjugate would be equals to f of z conjugate. Why is that so? Because sir, the meaning of conjugate is that only iota will be disturbed, nothing else. Iota you need to disturb, iota will be replaced with minus iota. That's it. So if I only need to disturb iota, then this is how I will disturb it, no? F of z conjugate. Job done. Understandable? Say yes or no. Right? So that's why both of the things I can prove. From here, one more thing I have proved, that f of z whole conjugate equals to f of z conjugate. Understandable? Let's go to the next question. This is a very good question. It is a gate PYQ, but in the gate examination, how the question was asked, that which of the following statement is true? Option A, no such complex number z exists. Option B, the equation has infinitely many solutions. Option C, equation has one solution. Option D, none of the above. Actually, these two options were not given. Okay, but I have converted it into a MSQ. It is a MSQ for you. So you need to solve this question. Try doing it on your own. What is your answer? This is your answer? No, this is wrong. Someone would say that, sir, sin z equals to 10. Sin z equals to 10. How is it possible? It is not possible. Sin z equals to 10 is not possible. Right? You might be thinking that, sir, sinusoid can have the value between minus 1 to 1 only. It can have the value between minus 1 to 1 only. So how 10 is possible? But this x is real, no, here. X is real here. You forgot this thing. That x has to be real. Understandable? This z is a complex number. That's the catch here. Okay, so what is z? Z is nothing but x plus iota y equals to 10. So now I will apply the equation sin a plus b. What is sin a plus b? Sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. That would be equals to 10. Now you let me know what will be cos iota y. Cos iota y. What will be cos iota y? Cos iota y you are supposed to calculate. What is cos? First of all, you let me know what is cos theta. Do you remember what was cos theta? I asked you to remember. Cos theta is nothing but cos iota theta plus e to the power minus iota theta divided by 2. So what will be your cos iota y? In place of theta, you need to put iota y. Here you put iota y, it will become iota square y. What is iota square? Iota square is minus 1. So it will become e to the power minus 5. Here also you need to put iota square y. Here you need to put iota y. So iota square will become minus 1. So minus minus plus divided by 2. What this is? This is nothing but cos hyperbolic y, no? This is nothing but cos hyperbolic y. Cos iota y is nothing but cos hyperbolic y. So what this has become? Cos hyperbolic y, right? So sin x multiply with cos hyperbolic y plus cos x sin iota y. What will be your sin iota y? So let's talk about sin iota y. This was your cos iota y. What will be your sin iota y? Do you remember sin theta? Yes, sir. Sin theta was nothing but e to the power iota theta minus e to the power minus iota theta divided by 2 iota. So what will be sin iota y? In place of iota, you need to put, in place of theta, you need to put iota y. So in place of theta, you need to put iota y. This will become e to the power minus y. Here you need to put iota y. So this will become e to the power y divided by 2 iota. Right? I hope it is understandable to you. Nothing wrong here. What this would be equivalent to? Do you know one thing? That 1 by iota is nothing but equals to minus iota. Do you know this thing? What is 1 by iota? 1 by iota. 1 by iota is equivalent to minus iota. How is that so? You multiply and divide with iota on both of the side. 1 by iota is there, no? So multiply with iota, divide with iota. What you will be getting? Iota divided by iota square. What is iota square? Iota square is minus 1. So what you are getting? Minus iota. So always remember 1 by iota is equivalent to minus iota. So this is 1 by iota. No? This, if this 1 by iota goes upward, what it will become? Iota will go upper side, negative sign will go inside. So this will become e to the power y minus e to the power minus y divided by 2. Say yes or no. Are you able to understand this point? अरे भाई तू इधर आ यार. So iota is going upper side. Negative sign 1 by iota is equals to minus iota. So iota is going upper side. Negative sign is going inside. So e to the power y minus e to the power minus iota y divided by 2. Now what this is? This is sine hyperbolic y. So sine iota y is nothing but iota sine hyperbolic y. Iota sine hyperbolic y. So in place of sine iota y, what I will put? Iota sine hyperbolic y equals to 10. Okay. So what equation we are getting? This is very interesting question. Okay, just look at it very carefully. Sin x plus cos hyperbolic y plus iota cos x sin hyperbolic y equals to 10. Okay, understandable? Now this is a real number, no? And this is a real number. Now in this scenario, this is real. अरे भाई real की spelling सही नहीं लिख पा रहा हूँ मैं. This is real and this is imaginary. That means cos x plus sin hyperbolic y has to be 0. Cos x multiply with sin hyperbolic y has to be equals to 0. So from here you can conclude two things. What you can conclude? That sir, either cos x has to be 0 or sir sin hyperbolic y has to be 0, or both can be 0 as well, or both can be 0 as well. Now if this is 0, then what will happen? If sin hyperbolic y is 0, what is sin hyperbolic y? Sir, sin hyperbolic y is nothing but e to the power y minus e to the power minus y divided by 2. When this could be 0? When your sin hyperbolic y could be 0. When you can get sin hyperbolic y equals to 0. Only at y equals to 0, no? Because if you put y equals to 0, what will happen? E to the power 1, sorry, e to the power 0 minus e to the power 0 only. Are you able to understand this point? I need to equate it to 0. E to the power y minus e to the power minus y divided by 2 equals to 0. So what I will get? E to the power y equals to e to the power minus y. From here if I compare, y equals to minus y. When it is possible? When y is equivalent to 0 only. So sin hyperbolic y equals to 0, what does that mean? Y has to be 0. So from here what you will get? Y has to be 0. And if your y is 0, then what will be the value of cos hyperbolic y? What is cos hyperbolic y? So here if I see, what is the value of cos hyperbolic y? This was your sin hyperbolic y. What is the value of cos hyperbolic y? Cos hyperbolic y is nothing but sir e to the power y e to the power minus y divided by 2 at y equals to 0. At y equals to 0, what you will get? E to the power 0 plus e to the power 0 divided by 2. So 1 plus 1, answer is 1. So that means cos hyperbolic 0 equals to 1. So if I put sin hyperbolic y equals to 0, if I put sin hyperbolic y equals to 0, that means y has to be 0, y has to be 0. And if y is 0, then cos hyperbolic y will become 1. Cos hyperbolic y will become 1. Now from this equation, what you conclude? That this guy has to be 0. Imaginary part cos x dot sin hyperbolic y has to be 0, but the real part has to be equals to 10. From here, one more conclusion we will make, no? That sin x dot cos hyperbolic y has to be equals to 10. This we are saying. Now if you are saying that sin hyperbolic y is 0, from this equation if you are saying sin hyperbolic y is 0, then you are saying y has to be 0. And if y is 0, then cos hyperbolic y will become 1. And if cos hyperbolic y is becoming 1, then what you can see? If this guy becoming 1, if this guy becoming 1, then sin x has to be 10. Then sin x has to be 10, which is not possible. Not possible. Say yes or no. That means this particular thing is not possible. This thing is not possible. A very deep point, very interesting point. This is how we are supposed to solve this question actually. You would see this question is there in all the PYQ books, but senseless solution has been given there. Needless solution. But this is how we are going to understand. Okay. So what do you understand from here? That sir, from this equation we got to know that two guys could be 0. We got to know that sin hyperbolic y is 0, that means y has to be 0. If y has to be 0, that means cos hyperbolic y will be equals to 1. That means our sin x has to be 10, which is not possible. That means sin hyperbolic y could not be equals to 0. That means cos x has to be 0. And if cos x is 0, then what could be the value of x? Sir, x could be pi by 2. Or sir, it could be 3 pi by 2, because cos 3 pi by 2 is also 0. Or sir, it could be 5 pi by 2, and so on. That means you can say that, sir, x will be pi by 2 plus n pi. Right? Your x could be pi by 2 or pi by 2 plus n pi. That means 3 pi by 2 or 2 pi plus pi by 2, that would be 5 pi by 2, and so on. This is the scenario. Right? So let's hold on here. This is the value of x that we are getting. Now let's treat this guy. Sin x dot cos hyperbolic y equals to 10. Sin x dot cos hyperbolic y equals to 10. This is what we need to deal with. Now I have told that, sir, value of x could be this: pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2. When x is pi by 2, what is the value of sin x? So that would be 1. But when x is 3 pi by 2, what is the value of sin x? That will be minus 1. When x is 5 pi by 2, what is the value of sin x? That would be 1. And when x is 7 pi by 2, what is the value of sin x? That will be minus 1. That means you are saying that, sir, if this is the value of x, no, pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, sin 5 pi by 2, then two values of sin are possible, either 1 or minus 1. That means sin x could be either 1 or minus 1. Right? Either 1 or minus 1. If sin x is 1, if sin x is equals to 1, sorry, if sin x equals to minus 1, we are putting if sin x equals to minus 1, then cos hyperbolic y would be equals to minus 10. What is cos hyperbolic y? Sir, cos hyperbolic y is e to the power y plus e to the power minus y divided by 2 equals to minus 10. You guys already know that what is the graph of e to the power y. How will be the graph of e to the power y? This is how the graph of e to the power y will go. What is the graph of e to the power minus y? This is how the graph of e to the power minus y would go. They are always greater than 0, no? Exponential to the power anything can never give you negative answer. I have always told in the basics of calculus as well, I repeated it at least 10 times, that exponential to the power anything will always give you value greater than or equals to 0. Say yes or no. That means this is positive, this is positive, this is also positive. What does that mean? That means it is not possible. This scenario is not possible. This scenario is not possible. So if you can remember, then you always remember one thing, that cos hyperbolic y is always greater than or equivalent to 0. Always it will be greater than or equivalent to 0. Is that understandable to you? Okay. Here we can apply am greater than gm as well. So it would be actually always greater than 1 as well. This will be always greater than 1 actually. Not even greater than 0, it will be always greater than 1 actually. The minimum value this function can get will be 1. But you remember, it will be always greater than 0, it can never be equal to minus 10. Right? It can never be equal to minus 10. That means this is not possible. If this is not possible, what does that mean? These values are not possible. These values are also not possible. That means x equals to pi by 2, 5 pi by 2, and so on. These values are possible. That means x equals to pi by 2 plus minus 2n pi is possible. Plus minus 2n pi. That means pi by 2 plus even multiple of 2 pi. This is possible. So this is the final answer of x. Did you understand this point? This is the final answer of x. Look, it's a very deep analysis. I hope you are able to understand that, sir. Here we solved all these things we did. The sin hyperbolic y equals to 0, not possible, sir. We got to know that cos x equals to 0. So people will argue that x could be pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, 5 pi by 2. When I put 3 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2, all these things if I put here, then cos hyperbolic y is coming out to be minus 10, which is not possible. That means sin x could be 1. Sin x could be 1 only. So value of sin x is possible, that is only sin x equals to 1 is possible. Why sin x equals to 1 is possible? Because if I put sin x equals to 1, if I put sin x equals to 1, if I put 1 here, then what I am getting? Cos hyperbolic y equals to 10, which is possible. Yes, it is possible. It is possible. It is possible for sure. Okay, this guy is possible for sure. Understandable? So what do you understand from here? That means x could be pi by 2, then directly 5 pi by 2, then 5 pi by 2 plus 2 pi, then 5 pi by 2 plus 2 pi plus 2 pi. In that manner it will keep on going. That means x could be pi by 2 plus minus 2 and pi. And so cos hyperbolic y equals to tan, then y could be equivalent to cos hyperbolic inverse tan. This is not correct. Plus minus sign will also come here. Y equals to plus minus sign will also come. Y plus minus sign will also come. Look, let's just say I say one thing, that cos hyperbolic 3. I don't know what is the value of cos hyperbolic 3. Let's just say that value is some alpha value I am getting. Cos hyperbolic 3 is some alpha. What will be the value of cos hyperbolic minus 3? Look, what is cos hyperbolic y? Cos hyperbolic y is e to the power y plus e to the power minus y divided by 2. In place of y, you put a minus y. What you will get? E to the power minus y plus e to the power y divided by 2. That means what you can see here, forget about this thing. From here what you can see, that cos hyperbolic y is equivalent to cos hyperbolic minus y. What does that mean? This is an even function. So whatever the answer you will get at the positive value of y, the same answer you will get at the negative value of y as well. That's why plus minus sign would come. So this is the value of y and this is the value of x. That means what is your z? So z was nothing but x plus iota y. So my answer is coming out to be pi by 2 plus minus 2 and pi, pi by 2 plus minus 2 and pi plus iota plus iota, then there is a plus minus sign here, no? Plus minus sign is there. So this plus minus sign I will put here, and cos hyperbolic inverse tan. Cos hyperbolic inverse tan. This is the answer that we are getting. This is the answer that we are getting. Okay, so what is the answer? Answer is option B we are getting. Sorry, option C we are getting. Now let me know if there is one solution, two solution, or infinite solution. Absolutely, sir, there are infinite solution. Why is that so? Because, sir, n is integer, no? N could be any integer. N could be any integer. So you put n equals to 1, n equals to 2, n equals to 3, anything could be put, no? N equals to minus 2, n equals to minus 1, 0, 1, 2, anything could be put. So multiple answers are possible. Are you able to answer this point? Multiple answers are possible, no? So here multiple answers are possible. Understandable? So any value could, infinite solutions are there. So answer would be the equation has infinitely many complex solutions. In the examination, how this question could be asked? Look, in the main examination, how this question was asked, the sin z equals to tan, then which of the following statement about the z is true? Option A, it will have no such solution. Option B, it will have infinitely many solutions. So in the examination, how would I solve it? How would I solve it? In the examination, how I would have solved it? That will I do all this calculation in the examination? It would be very difficult to do all this calculation in the examination. So what I would think is that, sir, sin z equals to tan. Z is a complex number. I don't know on what value of z I can get the value to be tan as well. But sir, it is sinusoid, no? It is sinusoid. That means if I am getting one solution, if I get one solution, then it is certain that I will get an infinite solution. Why is that so? Because sine is periodic, no? Sine will be periodic. Sine will be periodic. What I mean to say is that at whichever the angle you are getting the value tan, if you just repeat it after some particular thing, you will again get the value tan only. Because sinusoid is periodic, no? So I would be sure that either there will be zero solution or there will be infinitely many solutions. Because one solution is not possible. Because sinusoid is periodic. Like let's just say I ask you sin x equals to 1 by 2. How many solutions are there? Sin x equals to 1 by 2. How many solutions are there? You would say that, sir, infinite solutions are there. Right? So I will be pretty sure that, sir, and if I ask you sin x equals to 2, how many solutions are there? You would say, sir, that, sir, no solutions are there. So either the answer will be zero solution or no solution. Now I will have to think whether there will be zero solution or infinite solution. Zero solution or infinite solution. Only two possible answers are there. No solution or infinite solution. One solution, two solution, three solution, these are not possible. So for that I need to solve. There is no other shortcut. That, sir, sin z equals to tan. Will I get the value to be tan or not? For that you will have to solve. But since it is a complex variable, no? Z is a complex variable here. So complex variable can give the sinusoid value to be tan as well. Okay. So if I had been a student, I would have thought that, sir, no solution would be possible if z was a, no solution would have been the answer if z was a real number. Since z is a complex number, then I can get one solution. If I can get one solution, Sinusoid is periodic. That means, sir, not one solution, I will get infinity solution. This is how I would have solved it. Understandable? It will be periodic with 2 pi, no? It is pretty obvious. Like, I hope you are able to understand that why one solution will not exist, why infinite solution would exist. What I mean to say is that sin z equals to tan is given, right? Sin z equals to tan is given. What is sin z? So that is e to the power iota z minus e to the power minus iota z divided by 2 iota equals to tan. Now in place of z, what I am putting? Z plus 2n pi. If you put in place of z, if you put z plus 2n pi, is there any issue? No issue, sir. Why no issue? Because it would give you the same result. Say yes or no? Because e to the power minus iota 2n pi, e to the power iota 2n pi, that will be equivalent to 1 only. So this will be equivalent to sin z only. So from here what you can conclude that, sir, sin z plus 2n pi is actually coming out to be sin z only. So at whichever the value of z, you are getting the answer to be tan, then the same, let's just say at z equals to alpha. At z equals to alpha, this equation is being satisfied. That means at z equals to alpha, if I am getting the answer, that means at z equals to alpha plus 2 pi as well will be my answer. Z equals to alpha minus 2 pi will also be my answer. Alpha plus 4 pi will also be my answer. Alpha minus 4 pi will also be my answer, and so on. So many values of alpha are many value of z are possible. So that's for sure that, sir, either I will have zero solution or I will have infinite solution. My race will be between zero solution versus infinite solution. Since it is a complex plane, since z is a complex number, I can get the value to be 10 as well. So I would have clicked on infinite solution as the answer. Now if the examiner, the guy who is setting up the question paper, if he wants you to do all this calculation, if he wants that student would do all this calculation and then they will give me the answer. So how he will frame the question? Then how he will frame the question? Then he will frame the question in this manner. In which manner? In this manner. How he will frame it? The question would be sin z equals to tan. If you solve this equation, then you are getting z equals to x naught plus iota y naught. Tell me the value of y naught. What will be y naught? This question he will ask. He cannot ask the value of x naught. Why is that so? Let's just say he is making it as a NAT problem. NAT problem. He cannot ask the value of x naught. Why is that so? Because he knows that x naught can take multiple values, pi by 2, pi by 2 plus 2 pi, pi by 2 plus 4 pi, and so on. So he will ask you the value of y naught. What is your answer? Cos hyperbolic inverse tan. You have the calculator, you have the gate calculator. Okay, this is the app. You can download this calculator from Play Store. Gate calculator, simply you type, you will get this calculator. Here you can do the calculation, cos hyperbolic inverse calculation you can do. Like in the calculator, you will put tan cos hyperbolic inverse. I am getting the answer 2.99. In the calculator, you can do the calculation and this will be the answer in the examination. So you will click on the answer 2.99. Now someone will be arguing that, sir, how do I get this option? How do I get this option? Actually, this option is also correct. How do I get this option? Let's just say in the examination, this question has come. You have clicked on this option. Now you want to know whether this option is correct or not. So you know that, sir, this much is same. This much is same. I only need to know that whether these guys are same or not. What you will do? In the calculator, you will calculate its value, no? Tan plus under root 99 and then take ln. What I am doing, under root 99 plus tan and then I am taking ln. Then I am taking ln. In the calculator, this is also throwing me the same value, which is 2.99 only. That means option B is also correct. That's it. Like if I have solved, if I have got this answer, then I know that, sir, real value is same, imaginary value I need to comment on, cos hyperbolic inverse tan, I will put in the calculator, I will get the answer 2.99. Similarly, I will check for this one, I will get the answer 2.99 only, I will click on both of the option. If I have got this option, then I don't need to get this option. Are you able to understand this point? So one of the option only I need to solve. And secondly, there is a relation between ln and cos hyperbolic. What is the relation? You don't need to remember it. No need to remember. I am telling no need to remember. No need to remember. No need to remember. REMEMBER. No need to remember it. The relation is cos hyperbolic inverse A would be equivalent to ln a plus under root a square minus 1. So what will be your cos hyperbolic inverse tan? That would be equivalent to ln tan plus under root tan square, that would be 100 minus 1, 99. That's the answer. Okay, understandable. Now someone would say that, sir, I don't know, I don't want to remember this particular thing, I don't know, you solve this question and get me this answer. You get me this answer. I don't know, I don't want this answer, sir. You solve this question sin z equals to 10 and get me this answer. How will you get it, sir? So how will I get it? Method 2. So I will just show you the path, rest all the calculation will be on you. Sin z equals to 10. First of all, whenever I see sin z, what will click to me? E to the power iota z minus e to the power minus iota z divided by 2 iota will be equal to 10. What is e to the power iota z? I will assume e to the power iota z as alpha. So this will be alpha. What will become e to the power minus iota z? That will become 1 by alpha, right? Will be equivalent to 20 iota. So now this is becoming alpha square minus 1 will be equals to minus 20 iota alpha. Sorry, plus 20 iota alpha. So now this will come here, minus 1 equals to 0. So from here, the value of alpha is coming out to be minus b plus minus under root b square. What will be square? Square of this will be what? Minus 400 minus 4ac divided by 2a. So value of alpha is coming out to be 20 iota. It will be 10 iota plus minus, take this 4 inside, take this 4 inside, minus 396 divided by 4. 390, this is 2, no? So if it goes inside, it will become 2 square, right? Under root x by 2. This could be written as under root x by 2 square. This is what I am doing. If 2 goes inside, this will be minus under root 396 divided by 4. And then take its under root. That will become under root 99. Under root 99 iota. This is what we are getting, right? This is the value of alpha we are getting. What is alpha? Alpha is nothing but e to the power iota z. Alpha is nothing but e to the power iota z. 10 iota plus minus under root 99 iota. This is what we are getting, right? So here we are getting is 10 plus minus under root 99 iota. Okay, and iota z, if this goes this other side, this will become ln. Say yes or no, right? Are you able to understand this point? This is your iota z. No, if exponential goes the other side, it will become ln. Iota I have taken common, nothing difficult here. Now what we are doing is that let's keep this as iota z only. One more thing we will do here, before writing down the next step, let's do one thing. Iota z plus 2 and pi also I can put, no? Because e to the power iota z plus 2 and pi, this will give you the same answer only. Because e to the power iota 2 and pi will give you 1 only. That would be equivalent to iota I am taking common, 10 plus minus under root 99. Now in place of this iota, what I am putting? E to the power iota pi by 2. Can I do this thing? In place of iota, I am putting e to the power iota pi by 2. Absolutely understandable. Everything is understandable in this line, right? Now z plus 2 and pi, iota sign is outside. Z plus 2 and pi, iota sign is outside. If it goes other side, what we are getting? ln 10 plus minus under root 99 e to the power iota pi by 2. Understandable? Just exponential I have taken to the other side. Now what I need to do? I need to pick up this step. So what you will be getting? I am just applying ln a into b. That would come out to be ln a plus ln b. So again I am saying that solving this question is not very straightforward. But still I will give you multiple approaches so that in the examination you will be very comfortable. So this is my a, this is my b. So ln e to the power iota pi by 2. So what you are getting here? This will become iota pi by 2, right? Iota pi by 2 plus ln tan plus minus under root 99, because ln and e will get cancelled out each other. Iota pi by 2 you will get. What is ln e to the power a? That will be nothing but a only, no? Simple thing, very simple. Which is coming out to be equivalent to iota z plus 2n pi. Now what we are doing is that here I am just keeping z plus 2n pi, and I am dividing this iota here, dividing this iota here, dividing this iota here, iota here. So what we are getting, z will be equivalent to iota iota get cancelled out, pi by 2. This 2n pi comes this side, minus 2n pi, but it doesn't matter, no, n is integer. So here you put minus or plus, doesn't matter. Plus, not plus, this iota goes upside, so this will become minus iota. 1 by iota means minus iota. So minus iota ln tan plus minus under root 99. This is the answer of z you are getting. Sir, it is different than the answer that we have got. Is that true? This answer is different than, sir, this option. No, it is same. First of all, why it is same? Because, sir, if you put plus n or minus n, doesn't matter. Why it doesn't matter? Why it does not matter? Because, sir, n is an integer, no? N is an integer. If it is plus 1, minus 1, doesn't matter here. So here I can put that, sir, pi by 2 plus 2k pi, or plus minus also I can put here. In the here what they have put, plus they have put, plus minus 2k pi I can put, because eventually k has to be integer. Now this iota I can this negative sign I can keep as power minus 1. Right? Understandable? Now this will become 1 by tan plus minus under root 99. The point is that if you solve this much part, no, if you solve this much part, let's do one thing. If you solve this much part, solve this part, for the positive sign as well, for the negative sign as well, you will realize that both are giving you the same answer. What I am saying is that you solve with the tan plus under root 99, and then you solve with the tan minus under root 99. Solve this ln part. Here what can happen is that either it can give you this answer, tan plus under root 99, or it can give you this answer, tan minus under root 99. Let's see what we are getting in both of the cases. Let's see what we are getting in both of the cases. So 99 under root plus tan ln minus 2.99 we are getting here, and here what we are getting, 99 minus 10 plus minus ln. So here we are getting plus 2.99. If I solve this part, either I am getting minus 2.99 as answer, or I am getting plus 2.99 as the answer. In this case I am getting plus 2.99, here I am getting minus 2.99, this particular part. So this particular part can either throw plus 2.99 or minus 2.99. So what is your answer of z you are getting from here? So answer of z we are getting is pi by 2 plus 2k pi plus iota. Either it will throw plus 2.99 or minus 2.99. So this plus minus can come outside. Pi by 2 plus 2k pi plus minus iota 2.99. Right? And now this much part is giving you 2.99 answer, no? This much part is giving you 2.99 answer. So in place of this 2.99, what you can replace? In place of this 2.99, you can replace ln tan plus under root 99. Is that the option? Yes, sir, that is the option. In place of this 2.99, what you can put? Ln tan plus under root 99. In place of this 2.99, what you replace? Here you will replace ln tan plus under root 99. So yes or no? So you will get the same option. So although matching the option was never a matter of concern, I told you the examination approach as well, and I told you all the mathematics as well. I have given the mathematics along with the examination approach as well. Will you be comfortable with this kind of questions? Deliberately I took this question here, although in the PYQ book you would see 2-line solution has been given. No intuition, nothing. But here all the aspect we have seen. If the examiner is expecting this much calculation, then he can ask the question in this way. You will have to do the calculation. Whether you do it in the hyperbolic way or you do it with the exponential, both cases you will get the answer. If you need to match the options, let's just say this question itself is coming in the examination hall, then you solve this question, you get this answer, then you match the option by taking the value with the help of calculator. If you need to learn both of the method, that sir, both of the method you teach us. So first I will teach this method. So this method I have taught, and then sir, this method also I have taught. Understandable? A good question and a good approach as well. I hope it is completely understandable. Okay, let's go to the next question. Z equals to x plus iota y. You need to find out the magnitude of e to the power iota z. Magnitude you need to find out. Magnitude of e to the power iota z. What is e to the power iota z? Sir, e to the power iota z, in place of z what you will put? X plus iota y. So sir, it will turn out to be e to the power iota x plus e to the power iota square y. So it will e to the power iota x plus this iota is going inside, no? E to the power iota square y. So it is coming out to be e to the power iota x. What is iota square y? Minus y. So what it is turning out to be? E to the power minus y, e to the power iota x. This is your e to the power iota z. And if I talk about the magnitude, what is the magnitude? So magnitude is nothing but e to the power minus y only. Here I don't need to put the magnitude word. Why is that so? Because sir, magnitude means it has to be positive, right? What is the meaning of magnitude? It has to be positive. And I always know that this will be always positive. This is always positive. So that's it. What is the answer? The answer is e to the power minus y. What is the answer? Answer is nothing but e to the power minus y. Because this will show the angle. Basically, you represent this as r e to the power iota theta. So this is showing the angle and this is showing the magnitude. There you go. So what is the answer? E to the power minus y is the answer. Understandable? We need to simplify this. Will you go with the polar form? Here I have the brain that I will not go with the polar form. Simple multiplication I will do, no? Simple multiplication. So don't get too much habitual with the polar form, right? Here also we solved one question which was very easy without the polar form. Here polar form made it a bit difficult. So don't get too much habitual with the polar form, okay? This question I deliberately took just to let you know that don't do every problem with the polar form. This simple multiplication you do, no? 3 into 3, 9, 12, minus 6 iota, 2 into 4, 8, so plus 8. That's it. Right? So what is the answer you are getting? 17 plus 6 iota, that's it. Calculation to sahi kiya na bhai. 3 into 3, 9, 12 iota, minus 6 iota, minus 8, then iota square will become plus, yeah. 17 plus 6 iota. I don't believe my calculation at all. I checked 3 times. Okay. Yeah, so this calculation is correct. So this is how you get the answer. Very straightforward, no? Why you need to go to polar form again and again? In these kind of questions, go with the polar form. Because what this is e to the power iota x. Integration is going from 0 to pi by 2, e to the power iota x. And what the downward thing is there? In place of iota, sir, there is minus iota. In place of iota, there is minus iota dot dx. 0 to pi by 2. Integration which is involving complex exponential, no? This is known as complex exponential. Complex exponential. They will be very easy. Okay, they will be very easy if it is involving complex exponential. You just need to think of it. That's it. Now, can you do the integration? You are differentiating with you are integrating with respect to x. That means this will become a constant part. So what is the integration of e to the power x? That will be, sir, e to the power x only. What is the integration of e to the power ax? That will be e to the power ax divided by a. Divided by a. Limit going from 0 to pi by 2. Understandable? Right? Now we simply put the limit. So e to the power iota pi minus e to the power 2 iota 0 divided by 2 iota. What is e to the power iota pi? That is minus 1. This is also 1 only. So minus 1 divided by 2 iota. So minus 2 divided by 2, that is minus 1 by iota, that will become iota only. So what is the answer? Answer is iota. Answer is simply iota. Look here, this step. E to the power iota pi minus 1. Minus 1 divided by 2 iota. What you are getting? Minus 2 divided by 2 iota. You are getting minus 1 by iota. What is 1 by iota? Sir, 1 by iota is nothing but minus iota. So what is the answer you are getting? Minus getting cancelled out. Answer is plus iota. That's it. Okay. So what is the answer? Answer is plus iota. So just with the patience if you solve, no? Minus 2 divided by 2 iota. So 2 get cancelled out. Minus 1 by iota. Minus 1 by iota will be plus iota only. So what is the answer? Plus iota. Answer is plus iota. Okay. Very simple question. Let's go to the next one. This is also a gate QIQ. Solve this question on your own. Omega is a complex number which is satisfying the equation omega to the power 4 equals to 16j. Which of the following cannot be the value of omega? So what you can do is that you can put the values of omega here. You can go by the options as well. Like option A, you put 2 e to the power j 2 pi by 8 to the power 4. What you will get? 2 to the power 4 will be 16. E to the power j, here you will get pi. What is the answer you are getting? E to the power j pi is minus 16. First option is correct. Which of the following cannot be the value of omega? So first option cannot be the value of omega. Second option, 2 e to the power j pi by 8 to the power 4. 16 e to the power j pi by 2. Right? 4 pi by 8 will be pi by 2. So what is the answer you are getting? 16j. That means yes, option B is correct. Option C, 2 e to the power j 5 pi by 8 to the power 4. What we are getting? 2 to the power 4, 16 e to the power j 5 pi by 2. E to the power j 5 pi by 2. It could be written as e to the power j 2 pi plus pi by 2. Answer is 16 e to the power j pi by 2. Answer is 16j. So this is also giving you 16j. Last option, 2 e to the power j 9 pi by 8 to the power 4. What you are getting? 16 e to the power j 9 pi by 2. That will be also be equal to 16j only, because 9 pi by 2. 9 pi by 2 means 4 pi plus pi by 2. So e to the power j 4 pi will give you 1 only e to the power j pi by 2. So e to the power j pi by 2 is also 16j. So 16j, 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 but this is giving minus 16. So option A is correct. Or what could be the other way? The other way would have been, you assume omega as r e to the power iota theta. So omega to the power 4 will become r to the power 4 e to the power iota 4 theta. What is 16j? 16j would be 16 e to the power j pi by 2. So r to the power 4 e to the power iota 4 theta would be equivalent to 16 e to the power j pi by 2. So from here, r to the power 4 is coming out to be 16. That means value of r is coming out to be 2. And what about 4 theta? Yeah, one more thing. What you will put here? That this could be pi by 2 plus minus 2n pi, right? Plus minus 2n pi. Or you simply put plus 2n pi. So from here you can see that this is plus 2n pi. So pi by 2 plus 2n pi. So theta equivalent to what you are getting? Pi by 8 plus n pi by 2. So value of theta is pi by 8 plus n pi by 2. Value of r is 2. So you put n equals to 0, you will get pi by 8. You put n equals to 1, what you will get? You can check the options in that manner. Okay. So both of the options are, both of the ways are correct. You will solve this question. Next one. F of z1 is equivalent to f of z2. You need to find out the value of d. So f of z1 is equivalent to f of z2. What does that mean? 2a, no, sorry, what I am doing here. This is 2z. Okay, this is 2z. Sorry guys, this is 2z. So this is your 2z1 plus 4, 5z1 plus 4 is equivalent to 2z2 plus 4, 5z2 plus d, not 4, this is your d. Now you solve this. So tan z1 z2 plus 2d z1 plus 20 z2 plus 4d equivalent to tan z1 z2 plus 20 z1 plus 2d z2 plus 4d. Right? Simply cross multiplication I have done, nothing else. 4d getting cancelled out. Tan z1 z2 getting cancelled out. From here what you are getting? 2d z1 plus 20 z2 is equivalent to 20 z1 plus 2d z2. Right? D is 10 here. Directly it is visible. D has to be 10. Isn't it directly visible? That D has to be 10. Right? Because if I put D equals to 10 here, D equals to 10 here. So 20 z1 plus 20 z2 would be equals to 20 z1 plus 20 z2. So D has to be 10. That's it. Or how we can solve? We are supposed to get the value of d, right? Yeah. So what I will do is that I will take this 2d z1 minus 2d z2 would be equals to 20 z1 minus 20 z2. So 2d you take outside, z1 minus z2 would be equals to 20 z1 minus z2. This and this getting cancelled out. D equals to 10 you are getting. Understandable? Okay. So D equals to 10 we get. I am thinking, is there any other way as well? What this is showing? It is showing that if you put the value of z equals to z1 or if you put the value of z equals to z2, you will get the same answer. What I mean to say is that what this particular thing is saying, that they are saying, let me add a page, they are saying that f of z1 equals to f of z2. No other information is given, no, only this much is given. So what I am saying is that let z1 equals to 0. Someone would say that, sir, it is a complex number. So I can treat as a real number as well. No, what is z? Z is x plus iota y, right? So I am saying that x is 0 and y is 0. So what will be my complex number? That will be 0. And if I am saying x is 1 and y is 0, what will be my complex number? So what I mean to say is that no matter whatever the value of z you put in this expression, which is 2z plus 4, f of z is 2z plus 4 divided by 5z plus d. So in this expression, even if you put the value of z equals to 0 or you put the value of z equals to 1, doesn't matter, it will give you the same answer. Or if you put z equals to 2, z equals to 3, z equals to 4, z equals to 5, z equals to 10, whatever you want to put any value of z, it will give you the same answer. This is what it is saying. So I put z equals to 0, then what answer it is giving me? 4 by d. And if I put z equals to 1, what answer it is giving me? Here I will put z equals to 1. So 2 plus 4 will become 6, 5 plus d. So if I solve it, what I am getting? 20 plus 4d equals to 6d and d equals to 10 only. There you go. This is how I could have solved it. That's it. Method 2. Right? Basically, the point is that if I am saying that I am having some f of x, which is some function, and I am saying that f of x1 is giving me f of x2. That means no matter whatever the value of x you are putting, you will get the same answer. What does that mean? That means f of x has to be constant. It cannot be a function of x. F of x cannot be a function of x. F of x cannot be a function of x. Cannot be a function of x. Of x. Are you able to understand this point? Like if someone is saying that no matter whatever the value of x you put, you are getting the same answer, that means x is of no use, no? Like here we got the answer. What is the value? D equals to 10 we have got. So what is your f of z now? F of z is 2z plus 4 divided by 5z plus 10. Right? Now what you do, on the from the upper side you take 2 as common, from the downward side you take 5 as common. This is getting cancelled out. What is the answer? 2 by 5. That means f of z is constant. F of z is actually 2 by 5. It is simple mathematics, simple maths. Just use your brain here. If I am saying that no matter whatever the value of x you put here, no matter whatever the value of x you put, you will get the same f of x. You will get the same answer. That means actually f of x is not a function of x. Because if it was a function of x, let us say if it was 2x, then at x equals to x1 I would get a different answer. At x equals to x2 I would get a different answer. But if at different two values of x, if I am getting the same answer, what does that mean? That means f of x has to be constant. Right? So that means this value has to be constant, which is coming out to be 2 by 5. Are you able to understand this point? So always you will get the answer to be 2.5. F of z will be always 2.5. Sorry, not 2.5, 2 by 5. So this question in a better way, how it could have been asked, that f of z equals to 2z plus 4 divided by 5z plus 2. Given that f of z1 equals to f of z2, then what is the value of f of z? Then f of z is equivalent to what? Answer would be this 2 by 5. In numerical answer type, I would have asked. In numerical answer type, I would have asked. I would not ask the value of d. I would ask then f of z is equivalent to what? F of z is equivalent to what is the value of f of z? Or I would have asked what is the value of f of z at z equals to 1000? This I would have asked. So then first he would find out the value of d using this expression, then he would put the expression and then he would solve it. But if someone is having the brain that different value of z is not putting up any problem, that means no matter whether you put z equals to 0 or you put z equals to 1, both will give you the same result. So directly you will get the value of d as 10. You would see that it is coming out to be constant, which is 2 by 5. Job done. Understandable? Okay. So it was also a good question. Try solving this one. Z cube equals to z bar is a solution of what? This we have solved, I guess. Right? This question we have solved, right? Previously, somewhere back, we have solved this question. Z cube equals to z bar. Yeah, this we have solved. Right? This in the last lecture only we have solved. Z cube equals to z bar. This has been solved. So let's forget about it. This question has been solved. Now, last question you take. Z equals to e to the power 2 e to the power pi by 3. What is the real part of z? Answer is 2. Wrong. This is not the real part, no? This is the magnitude. Z equals to 2 e to the power iota pi by 3. So real part of z is 2. This error you don't do, right? It is nothing but what is e to the power iota pi by 3? Cos theta plus iota sin theta. So what is the real part? 2 cos pi by 3. That is the real part. Sin pi by 3. So what is the real part of z? Real part of z is 2 cos pi by 3, which is cos 60, which is equivalent to sin 30. Answer is done. Okay. So what is the answer? Answer is 1 is the answer. Okay, so I need to change the slide now, okay, because it's been already 48 pages. So I need to change the slide. I will change the slide and then we will see some next concept. One concept we need to see, which we will be studying with respect to questions only. Mainly we need to solve the questions. With respect to questions, we will be able to understand the concept as well. So let me go to the next slide and then we will see that concept. What we need to do is that we need to study the mapping. What is the meaning of mapping, that we need to see. So let me change the slide. I will drink some water and then I will come back. Okay. Yeah, welcome back. So now we are going to study about functions of complex variable. So till this point we were discussing about complex variable z. This complex variable we have discussed z equals to x plus iota y, z equals to r e to the power iota theta. Now we will discuss function of z. Function of a complex variable z. This is what we are going to discuss. But before that, let's revisit functions of real variables. Do we know the functions of real variables? Yes, sir. Y is a function of real variable x, which is given by x square plus 2x plus 3, a random function I have made. Okay, a function of x is x square plus 2x plus 3, and that function of x I am treating as y. So what is x? X is the independent real variable. Independent real variable. Independent real variable. And what is y? Y is dependent real variable. Dependent real variable. Say yes or no. Now if you need to make the graph between x and y, how can you make the graph? Sir, easily this is how I can make the graph between x and y. Between x and y, sir, x axis will be my, this will be my x axis and this will be my y axis. Horizontal axis will be x axis and vertical axis will be y axis. Okay. So this is how I can make the graph. How the graph would go? You can draw the graph on your own. I can see 2x plus 2 equals to 0, x equals to minus 1. At x equals to minus 1, what we will get? At x equals to minus 1, we will get minima only. Okay. And then at minus 1, what will be the value? At minus 1, the value will be 2. So the graph will go somewhat like this. This is how the graph will go. From infinity to infinity only. This is how the graph will go. Okay. And this is your x equals to minus 1. At x equals to minus 1, the value is 2. Okay. Yeah. So this is how your graph would look like. Here it is going towards infinity. Here also it is going towards infinity. So on 2D plane, we can draw the graph. No, on 2D plane we can draw the graph, because x can have value 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 by 2, minus 4 by 2, minus under root pi, minus under root 2, minus under root 3. So all the values of x can be plotted here, and then all the values of y can be plotted here. So this is how I can plot the graph. Now we need to discuss about functions of a complex variable. So now let's just say z is my complex variable. Z is my complex variable. I am making a function f of z, which is z square. f of z is z square. Can I plot the graph like this? Sir, f of z is nothing but z square. So can I plot the graph like this? That sir, here I will plot the value of z, and sir, here I will plot f of z. So sir, the graph would go f of z equals to z square. So I already know that sir, graph would look somewhat like this. Is this correct? Is this correct? This graph is wrong. Why is that so? Why it is wrong? Because z will not have only real values. Z will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. Z could be 1 plus iota as well. Z could be minus 2 plus 4 iota as well. Z could be anything, no? Right? Z itself will need 2D plane. Say yes or no? Z itself will need a 2D plane. No, because Z, what is Z? Z is nothing but x plus iota y. So to plot the value of z, you would require a 2D plane. No, you would require a 2D plane like this, just to plot the value of z. This is how you can plot the value of z, x and y. So this will be known as your z plane. So to represent the value of z itself, you require a 2D plane, right? What is the value? 1 plus iota, 1 plus iota, x equals to 1, y equals to 1. This will be your 1 plus iota. This will be your z1 equals to 1 plus iota. What about z2? Minus 2 plus 4 iota. Minus 2 plus 4 iota. This is your z2. Minus 2 plus 4 iota. This is your z2. So you itself require a 2D plane to plot the value of z. And same goes with f of z as well. Here f of x was plotted with y. So here f of z, I will denote it as omega. F of z will be denoted as omega. Okay. So same goes with f of z as well. What I mean to say is that at z equals to 1 plus iota, at z equals to 1 plus iota, what is the value of f of z? So the value of f of z will be nothing but 1 plus iota whole square. So that would be nothing but a square plus b square will be minus 1 plus 2ab. So value is coming out to be 2 iota. So to represent 2 iota, what do you need? You again need 2 axis. 2 iota you are getting. So 2 iota you will represent here. This is your 2 iota. Right? If your z is minus 2 plus 4 iota, what is the value of f of z? Minus 2 plus 4 iota whole square, because f of z is z square only. So minus 2 plus iota whole square, what that would be? A square plus b square, a square plus b square plus 2ab. So that would be minus 12 minus 16 iota. Let's see it again. A square plus b square plus 2ab. Yes. So minus 12 minus 16 iota. So minus 12 minus 16 iota somewhere here. Minus 12 minus 16 iota. So this would be minus 12 minus 16 iota. So what you can see is that, sir, this particular point has been plotted here and this particular point has been plotted here. So similarly, other points would also be there. Let us say this point would be there, this point would be there, this point would be there. So let us say this point is plotted here, this particular point is plotted here, and this particular point is plotted here. So you would require two kind of 2D plane, two 2D plane you would require. Like basically you cannot make only one 2D plane and you would be able to represent. So one will be your Z plane, other one would be your FZ plane. This is your FZ plane. And in short, what name we will use? We will use it as a omega plane. Because both will have two kind of values, x plus iota y. Understandable? So what is your z? What is your omega now? Z is x plus iota y, no? So what is your omega you are getting? So this will turn out to be a square plus b square plus 2ab. यार आज पेन बहुत फिसल रहा है. So what is your omega? Omega is coming out to be x square minus y square plus iota 2xy. So this is the real value and this is the imaginary value you are getting. So omega is coming out to be as a function of u plus iota v. What I will plot? U plus iota v, which is looking like x square minus y square plus iota 2xy. That means u is looking like x square minus y square and v is your 2xy. So based on the value of x and y, you can find out the value of uv. What I mean to say is that if your x is 1, if your x is 1 and y is also 1, here what is the value of x? 1. What is the value of y? 1 comma 1. So if you put 1 comma 1 here, u is coming out to be 0 and v is coming out to be 2. What about this one? If you put x equals to 2 and y equals to 4, what you are getting? 2 square will be 4 minus 16. That would be minus 12. And what will be the value of v? Value of v will be nothing but 2xy. So that would be minus 16. So value of v is coming out to be minus 16. And what is your omega? Omega is nothing but u plus iota v. Omega is nothing but u plus iota v. I will represent u like this. U plus iota v. Omega is nothing but u plus iota v. So this particular axis that we have drawn, this was nothing but u v. Horizontal axis is u axis, vertical axis is v axis. Omega I am representing as u plus iota v. So your function z was nothing but x plus iota y, and your omega is nothing but u plus iota v, which is coming out to be something as x square minus y square plus iota 2xy. Depending on the difference function, it will have different values. Is that understandable to you? So value of u you have find out, value of v you have find out, and you have plotted in this way. So this is known as mapping from z plane to omega plane. Mapping from z plane to omega plane. Mapping from z plane to omega plane. So did you understand how we would represent the functions of a complex variable? Sir, function of complex variable means, sir, it will be a function of z. Z itself will be represented in 2D axis, sir. So representing the z, I would require 2D axis. Now, sir, if I put the value of z as x plus iota y, the function f of z I am getting as x square minus y square plus iota 2xy, which I will assume as omega, and omega will be written as u plus iota v. Why is that so? Because, sir, f of z, which is omega, it is also having a real part and the imaginary part. That means real part is denoted by u and imaginary part is denoted by iota v, or imaginary part is denoted by v only. So, sir, if I make omega plane, then uv I will have to make on horizontal axis u, on the vertical axis v. Based on the value of x and y, when I put the value of x equals to 1, y equals to 1, value of v is 0, value of u is 0, value of v is 2. And when I put the value of x as minus 2, value of y as 4, then these are the values I am getting, and these values I can plot. Is that understandable to you? Let's take some other example. Let's just say it was nothing but 2 plus iota. If it was nothing but 2 plus iota, so how 2 plus iota will be plotted in UV plane? So, sir, 2 plus iota will be plotted like this. If I put 2 and 1 here, so what answer I will be getting? 3. If I put z equals to 2 plus iota, right? Z equals to 2 plus iota. So what will be my value of u? So value of u will come out to be 2 square 4 minus 1 3, and value of v will come out to be 2 into 2 4. So 3 comma 4. I need to plot 3 comma 4. So x equals to u equals to 3, u equals to 3, and v equals to 4. So here it will be plotted 3 comma 4. Say yes or no. So this particular point will be plotted like this here. So this is how you will do the plotting. Is that understandable to you? Okay, so this was your Z3, 2 plus iota. You can do the whole square of 2 plus iota square, you will get the same answer. Okay, is that understandable to you or not? So f of z could be written as nothing but value of u is 3 plus iota, value of v is 4. So 3 plus iota 4, 3 plus iota 4. This is where it could be plotted. Understandable? Now what kind of question could be asked? This kind of question could be asked. Although till this date from this particular topic questions have not been asked, but what I am thinking is that it is, if it is not asked, no, that means it becomes important. So it is actually a very interesting topic as well, that you can frame good conceptual problems from here. Along with that, here good knowledge is also required. In EC, I guess 1 or 2 questions have been asked. In the previous year, like in 90s, 1 or 2 questions have been asked in EC stream from this particular topic. In the recent year, you would see not much questions have asked, but let's see. That's all. It will be interesting as well. So your function is given as, your function of z is given as 2z plus 3. Okay, z is equals to x plus iota v, and omega equals to u plus iota v, that you already know. If the line x plus 2y equals to 4 is given in the z plane, find the image of this line in omega plane. What do they mean to say? What do they mean to say? What is the question? Question is saying that your z plane is this. This is your z plane. What is the equation given? X plus 2y equals to 4. Can you make the equation of the line? Can you make the line x plus 2y equals to 4? Absolutely, sir. X plus 2y equals to 4. I am making the line x plus 2y equals to 4. So at y equals to 0, you will get the value of x as 4. And at x equals to 0, you will get the value of y as 2. Now all the points which are lying on this line, all the points, let's just say which point is lying on this particular, this is your z plane, no? So on this line, which point is lying? On this line, sir, it is 0, 2. Sir, on this particular line, 0 plus 2 iota will surely lie. Yes, sir. 4 plus 0 iota will also lie. Yes, sir. On this line, sir, if I put x as 3, so x as 3 plus what will be the value of y? Value of y will come out to be 0.5. So, sir, this point is also lying. If I put x as 1, then value of y will come out to be 3 by 2. So, this point is also lying on this line. All these points are there. X equals to 3, y equals to 0.5 would be somewhere here. X equals to 1, y equals to 3 by 2 would be somewhere here. Right? Let's take x equals to minus 1. If I put x equals to minus 1, then what will be the value of y? Value of y will be 5 by 2. So, x equals to minus 1, value of y 5 by 2. So, all these points are lying on this line. No, this point is also lying, 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 this point is also lying. So, all these points are lying on this particular plane. I should not say plane, sorry. All these points are lying on this particular line. Now, all these points should be plotted in your f of z plane, or you can say omega plane. All these points should be plotted in your omega plane. This is what they are asking. And if I plot it on the omega plane, then what kind of a locus I will get? In omega plane, this will be your u, this will be your v. So, what kind of locus I will get? What is the relation that is given? So, relation that is given is f of z equals to z plus 3. F of z equals to z plus 3. What does that mean? That means they are saying that if 0 plus 2 iota, if z equals to 0 plus 2 iota, then what will be your f of z? So, sir, f of z would be coming out to be 2 iota plus 3. Or you can say 3 plus 2 iota. That means, sir, the value of u is 3. Value of u is 3 and the value of v is 2. So, value of u is 3, value of v is 2. So, 3 comma 2. Similarly, sir, if your z is 3 plus iota 5, then what would be your, sorry, 3 plus iota 0.5. 3 plus iota 0.5. 3 plus iota 0.5. Then what will be the value of your f of z? So, that would come out to be 6 plus iota 0.5. That means x u equals to 6 and 0.5. So, this will be the point. So, in that manner, sir, which points you have plotted? You have plotted this particular point here, right? You have plotted which point? 3 plus iota 0.5. 3 plus x equals to 3 iota 0.5. This particular point you have plotted here. In that manner, sir, whatever the points are lying on this line, no, you plot all the points here, and let me know what kind of locus you will be getting. Will it be a straight line, or it will be a circle, or what it would be? That they are asking. That what it would be. It would be a straight line, or it would be a circle like this, or it would be a parabola like this. What kind of structure you will get? This is what they are asking. Is that understandable? Did you understand the meaning of this question? Surely, sir, we have understood the meaning of this question. Let's try solving this question now. Okay, so to solve these kind of problems, what we need to do? Try getting z as a function of omega. What I am saying, get z as a function of omega. That means keep z aside. 2z equals to omega minus 3, right? 2z equals to omega minus 3. This 3 goes here, and z equals to omega minus 3 divided by 2 you are getting. Now, what is your z? So, z is nothing but x plus iota y. And what is omega? U plus iota v minus 3 divided by 2. Right? Did you understand this point? In place of omega, we have put u plus iota v. In place of z, we have put x plus iota y. So, from here, what you can see? Sir, x plus iota y, v minus 3 divided by 2 plus iota v by 2. So, from here, if you compare what you are getting from here, if you compare, then you can see that, sir, x is coming out to be u minus 3 divided by 2. Okay, build the habit of writing u as this. Otherwise, u and v will look similar. So, x is coming out to be u minus 3 divided by 2. Let me check the calculation. Omega minus 3 divided by 2, u plus iota v, u minus 3 divided by 2. And y is coming out to be v by 2. Now, what is the relation given? Relation. What is the relation given? Only relation we have is x plus 2y equals to 4. Simply put these values. What is the value of x? U minus 3 divided by 2 plus 2 into v by 2 equals to 4. What answer you are getting? 2 and 2 will get cancelled out. This 2 would go here. So, u minus 3 plus 2v would be equals to 8. कोई कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक कर दिया भाई इतने में भी. 2 and 2 getting cancelled out. 8 u minus 3 u plus 2 equals to 11 we are getting. क्या बात है भाई. यहाँ पे भी कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक. Yeah, it's not 2z plus 3, it's omega equals to z plus 3. Great. Here what we have assumed z plus 3 only. Okay. So it is z equals to omega minus 3, z equals to omega minus 3. This divided by 2 would go. Z equals to omega minus 3 is there. Divided by 2 would go. Divided by 2 would go. So x is coming out to be u minus 3. Y is coming out to be v only. U minus 3. This is v only. Nothing but simply you put the value. X equals to u minus 3 plus 2v equals to 4. So what you are getting? U plus 2v equals to 7. This is the answer that you are getting. Okay. So your line will be plotted as u plus 2v equals to 7. U plus 2v equals to 7. U plus 2v equals to 7. What does that mean? That means, sir, let me add a page and let me tell you what does that mean. That simply mean only one thing. That is that in your z plane, the line was a straight line which was following x plus 2y equals to x plus 2y equals to 4. So this was your z plane. In your z plane, you had a straight line. In your z plane, you had a straight line x plus 2y equals to 4. This straight line was there. Now this straight line has been plotted. This straight line has been plotted in omega plane. In omega plane, where the real value is given by u. Real value is given by u, and imaginary value is given by v. And how this line, how this locus is looking like? This locus is also looking like a straight line only, u plus 2v equals to 7. So this locus is also looking like a straight line which is following the equation u plus 2v equals to 7. U plus 2v equals to 7. So this will be your locus, which will be u plus 2v equals to 7. And here what was the locus? Here the locus was x plus 2y equals to 4. Did you understand this question or not? So in your z plane, x plus 2y equals to 4 will be plotted as u plus 2v equals to 7 under the influence of f of z equals to z plus 3. So with the definition of f of z equals to z plus 3, the line x plus 2y equals to 4 in z plane will be plotted as u plus 2v equals to 7 in omega plane. Is that understandable to you or not? This is the question that they were asking. And this question has been asked in GATE EC. Not this question, this kind of question has been asked. So there they gave the definition from S plane to Z plane, S plane to Z plane, which we study in signal system. So some people treat that question as a question of signal system actually. So from S plane to Z plane, you know what is the definition? Z equals to e to the power STS, right? So under the influence of this particular equation, you need to plot a particular point from S plane to Z plane. So this particular topic in signal system also we have studied. Here as well we are studying the same thing. That under the influence of f of z equals to z plus 3, you need to plot all the points which are lying on the line x plus 2y equals to 4 to the omega plane, where your horizontal axis is u axis and vertical axis is v axis. Is that understandable to you? So this is the meaning of this question. More questions we will solve. This question you need to solve. These kind of good question can be asked in the examination. What is your f of z? This time your f of z is, what is your omega basically? Omega is nothing but z e to the power iota pi by 4. So first of all, what did I tell you? That get z as a function of omega. So keep z aside, omega e to the power minus j pi by 4. Like this I took this side, no? This particular thing goes this side. So it will become e to the power minus j pi by 4. Understandable? What is the region R? Region R is the region bounded by the z plane. Sorry, region R be the region in the z plane bounded by lines x equals to 0, y equals to 0, x plus y equals to 1. So let's draw the region R in xy plane. In xy plane, we are supposed to draw the region R. So in xy plane, let's draw the region R. X, y. X equals to 0. This is your x equals to 0. This is your y equals to 0. And x plus y equals to 1. This is the region R. So how much region they are bounding? This region they are bounding. So this is your region R. This is your region R. What are these points? This point will be nothing but 0, 1. This point will be 1, 0. Why is that so? Because this is your x plus y equals to 1. So in this particular region R, whatever the points are lying, no? In this particular region R, what all points will be lying? You can pick any point. 0.5 plus 0. Z equals to 0.5 plus 0.5 iota. Will it be lying here? Actually, this will be lying on the line only, because x equals to 0.5, y equals to 0.5. So what we do is that 0.5 plus 0.4 iota. This point will be lying here. Now this point needs to be plotted in your UV plane, or you can say in your omega plane. These points need to be plotted in omega plane. We need to plot this particular point in omega plane. So whatever the points that are lying here, no, all these points from the white color, all these points should be plotted in your omega plane. So when I plot all these points in omega plane, how they would look like? This is what they are asking. How they would look like? This is what they are asking. So what I told you, the certain method is there. Z you will replace as x plus iota y. U will replace as u plus iota v. E to the power minus j pi by 4. That would be cos pi by 4. Cos minus pi by 4 basically. That would be cos. In place of iota, you just replace minus iota. So it would be cos pi by 4 minus iota sin pi by 4. So what will be the answer? X plus iota y, u plus iota v, 1 by under root 2 minus iota 1 by under root 2. So u by under root 2, you need to build the habit. Okay, u should be written in this manner. U by under root 2 minus iota v by under root 2 plus iota, अरे क्या कर रहा हूँ भाई, u into 1 by under root 2 minus iota u by under root 2. This will be u by under root 2 only. U by under root 2 plus iota v by under root 2 plus iota multiply with minus iota v by under root 2. So this will become 1 only, plus v by under root 2. So what you are getting? You are getting u plus v divided by under root 2 plus iota v minus u divided by under root 2. This is the scenario that you are getting. So you compare with x and y, you compare with x and y, and you see what you are getting. So what is the value of x? So the value of x we are getting is u plus v divided by under root 2. U plus v divided by under root 2. And what is the value of y you are getting? So the value of y we are getting is u minus v divided by under root 2. U minus v divided by under root 2. You can compare, right? U plus v divided by under root 2, u minus v, minus u plus v actually, v minus u divided by under root 2, v minus u divided by under root 2. This is the scenario that we are getting. Now what is my region? The region is bounded by x greater than equals to 0. This is what they are saying, no? Region is bounded by x, region is bounded by these lines. That means what is this region? This region is x greater than 0, right? This is your x equals to 0 line. This is your x equals to 0 line. So this region is x greater than 0. What is this region? What is this particular region? This particular region is y greater than 0. And what about this region? This region is x plus y less than 1. Say yes or no? Y greater than 0, x greater than 0, x plus y less than 1, then the common region will be this. Like what you need to take? You need to take this particular region. You need to take this particular region and this particular region. So what is this region? This horizontal line that I have made. That is, sir, x greater than 0. What is this region? This is y greater than 0. And what is this region? This is x plus y less than 1. So x greater than equals to 0 you put, or x greater than 0 is my matter of concern. That means what will be my matter of concern? My matter of concern will be u plus v divided by under root 2 greater than 0. So from here what we are getting? U greater than minus under root v. So what I am supposed to draw? U greater than minus under root v. This I am supposed to draw. Next I have y greater than 0. Y greater than 0. So what is the meaning of y greater than 0? V minus u divided by under root 2 greater than 0. So v greater than u, this I am supposed to draw. V greater than u, this I am supposed to draw. And your next concern is x plus y less than 1. X plus y less than 1. So if you put x here, u plus v divided by under root 2. So u divided under root 2, v by under root 2 plus y, v by under root 2 minus u by under root 2 should be less than 1. So this and this get cancelled out. So you are getting under root 2v less than 1. So v less than 1 by under root 2. So these are your matter of concern. These three lines you are supposed to draw. U greater than minus v, v greater than u, v less than 1 by under root 2. These three lines you are supposed to draw. these three line I should not say, these are the inequalities. So these inequalities you are supposed to draw. So how do you draw the inequalities? So first of all, I need to draw u equals to minus v. First of all, I will draw u equals to minus v. So how the line will look like? U equals to minus v, the line will look somewhat like this. U equals to minus v. Say yes or no? This is the equation of your line, u equals to minus v. Do you agree to this point or not? This is, let's just say this is your x-axis. X equals to minus y. Can you draw the line of y equals to minus x? Yes sir, this is your y equals to x, y equals to minus x will look somewhat like this. So just you are dealing in uv, nothing else. So your y-axis is v, x-axis is u. So x equals to minus y you are supposed to draw, or you can say x plus y equals to 0. Can you draw x plus y equals to 0? Absolutely sir. Negative slope, and this is how it would be going. So u equals to minus v I have drawn. Next what I need to draw? U equals to v. Why u equals to v? Because u greater than v I am concerned in, but let's draw u equals to v. So if I draw u equals to v, then this is how I will draw u equals to v. This is your u equals to v. And next I am supposed to draw v equals to 1 by under root 2. V equals to 1 by under root 2. This is your u equals to v. And next I am supposed to draw v equals to 1 by under root 2. V equals to 1 by under root 2. V equals to 1 by under root 2. So next I am supposed to draw v equals to 1 by under root 2. Now directly, even though you don't need to deal this particular thing, u greater than minus under u greater than minus v, which will be this region. But you don't need to see it. Why is that so? Because you need to find out the area bounded. This will be the area bounded. No, there you go. This is the area bounded. Are you able to understand this point? What is the area bounded? Although if you don't want to see the area bounded, then how you need to deal? V should be greater than u, which will be the region. That v should be greater. That means this particular region will be there, no? So this region I am interested in. Are you able to understand this point? Next, v should be less than 1 by under root 2. Here v is 1 by under root 2. Here v is 0. That means this region I am interested in, downward. Next is u should be greater than minus v. U should be greater. That means this guy should be greater. That means this region I am interested in. So I am interested in this region. I am interested in this region, and I am interested in this region. What is the area bounded? This is the area bounded. Say yes or no? This is the area bounded. Understandable? This is your area bounded. Okay, so you let me know these points. This is your v equals to 1 by under root 2. V equals to 1 by under root 2 is there, and it is lying on u equals to v line. So this will be 1 by under root 2. U value is also 1 by under root 2, and v value is also 1 by under root 2. What about this point? What will be this point? So this point would be, sir, u equals to minus v is there, no? V is already 1 by under root 2. So what will be the value of u? U will be minus 1 by under root 2. So u is minus 1 by under root 2 and v is 1 by under root 2. And what is this point? This point is 0, 0. So your bounded region is nothing but a triangular region with the vertices as 0, 0, 1 by under root 2, 1 by under root 2, minus 1 by under root 2 and 1 by under root 2. This is the answer. It is a triangle with vertices at 0, 0, 1 by under root 2, 1 by under root 2, 1 by under root 2, 1 by under root 2 and minus 1 by under root 2 and 1 by under root 2. They could have asked what is the surface, what is the area of this region. They could have asked the area as well. So how would you get to know the area? You would find out this length and you would find out the length of height as well. Okay, you would find out this height as well. So height would have been 1 by under root 2. And what would be the length? Length would be, this is your 1 by under root 2, this is your minus 1 by under root 2. So length would be 2 into 1 by under root 2. So answer would be 1. Area would have been 1. So in that manner you are supposed to solve these kind of problems. I hope you are able to understand. Okay, understandable, very straightforward questions. Just it will not take much time as well. In the examination you have a certain method that omega z you need to put in terms of omega. Z as a function of omega you need to put. So very directly you will put the z as a function of omega and you will get the answer. You just need to compare. X is u plus v divided by under root 2, y is u minus v divided by under root 2 with the relation given. These are the relation given. Based on the relation given, what you can find out? You can find out these three inequalities, plot these three inequalities and see the region bounded and find out these points. Understandable? Let's go to the next question. What is the relation? Omega equals to 1 by z. This time the relation is your f of z, which is equals to omega, that is given as 1 by z. I told you what you need to do. Get z as a function of omega. So what is given? Omega equals to 1 by z. You need to keep z aside. So z will come out to be 1 by omega. So what is z? Z is nothing but x plus iota y. And what is omega? Omega is nothing but v plus u plus iota v. Omega is nothing but u plus iota v. So now how do you do? How you can tell which is the real part, which is the imaginary part? You need to multiply and divide by with u minus iota v and u minus iota v. What it will do? Sir, on the upper side I will get u minus iota v. Sir, in the downward side what I will get? U plus iota v multiply with u minus iota v. This I have already told. It will be u square plus v square. So if you separate, what you are getting? U divided by u square plus v square minus iota v divided by u square plus v square. So from here if you compare, x is coming out to be u divided by u square plus v square and y is coming out to be minus v divided by u square plus v square. Okay, this is your x, this is your y. Understandable? Now what is the equation given? What is the relation between x and y is given? From here I can find out, no? What is the relation between x and y? Sir, from here I can see that, sir, it will be a circle of center 0, 3 and the radius 3. Did you understand? In place of z you put x plus iota y. So this will be x square plus y minus 3 iota square will be equal to 3 square. So it is a circle of center 0, 3, center 0, 3 and radius 3. This is the scenario. So similarly you do the same thing. The relation that is given is x square plus y minus 3 whole square equals to 3 square. So in place of x you put u upon u square plus v square. U upon u square plus v square whole square plus in place of y you put minus v upon u square plus v square minus 3 whole square will be equals to 3 square. So you take negative sign outside, it will become positive only. So what you are getting? U square upon u square plus v square whole square plus v square upon, like basically I am taking minus sign outside. So if I take minus sign outside, what is the square of minus? That will be plus only. So this minus sign is having no importance. Basically I can replace it somewhat like this because I am doing the square, no? I hope you are able to understand. Square of this plus square of this multiply with 2 into this number with this number. So no use of minus sign here. Okay. So what I was writing down, v square upon u square plus v square whole square plus 3 square will be 9 plus 2 into 3 into v, this will become 6v upon u square plus v square will be equals to 9. 9 and 9 is getting cancelled out. What you are getting? U square plus v square upon u square plus v square to the power 2 plus 6v upon u square plus v square equals to 0. Now you can see that now this u I am writing as 4. Okay. Now you can see that, sir, this and this is getting cancelled out. So you are getting 1 plus 6v divided by u square plus v square equals to 0. So from here what you see? 1 plus 6v equals to 0. So your this circle, this particular circle will be mapped as a straight line which is v equals to minus 1 by 6. So circle will be mapped into a straight line parallel to v axis, parallel to u axis, which is v equals to minus 1 by 6. V equals to minus 1 by 6. So option C is correct. What does that mean? By the diagram if we go, what does the diagram would say? By the diagram if we go, then how it would look like? So in xy plane, what you are having? In the xy plane, sir, you are having a circle. In the xy plane, sir, you are having a circle x, y. In the xy plane, you were having a circle which was centered at x equals to 0 and y equals to 3. And the radius of 3 as well. That means the circle would look somewhat like this. This will be the point 0, 0, x equals to 0, y equals to 3, x equals to 0, y equals to 6, x equals to 3, y equals to 3, x equals to minus 3, y equals to 3. This is the circle. This boundary is the circle. This boundary is the circle. Now this circle is plotted. How it is plotted? The circle is plotted as a straight line in xy plane. Sorry, in UV plane. In UV plane, it is plotted as a straight line which is nothing but v equals to minus 1 by 6. V equals to minus 1 by 6. V equals to minus 1 by 6. This is how it is plotted. V equals to minus 1 by 6. So this circle has been plotted into a straight line under the influence of f of z equals to 1 by z. Under the influence of f of z equals to 1 by z, this circle has been plotted as a straight line which is v equals to minus 1 by 6. I hope you are able to understand. Very good concept it is, very simple as well, and hopefully I can hope that this kind of concept is soon coming in your examination. Okay, because it is not been introduced, and I feel this is a good concept, so it might be introduced in your examination. Simple way is there. First of all, we need to understand the meaning of this concept. What is the meaning of this concept? That how the points will be plotted. Because sir, for the complex variable, we cannot plot it in 2D plane like the real variables. Because z will also take two axes. That means z will also take a plane, and f of z will also take a plane. F of z plane we are calling as omega plane. How these numbers will be plotted? This is how they will be plotted. There should be a certain way. So we understood by a question that under the influence of f of z equals to z plus 3, how you will plot the values from z plane to the omega plane. So what I need to do is that z as a function of omega. This is something you need to remember. Z as a function of omega. This would be my task, and from there I can see the values, and with the given relation, whatever the relation that is given, with the given relation, sir, I will be able to comment something. So with the given relation, I am able to comment that it will be a straight line. So this is how it will be plotted. This is how the line will be plotted under the influence of f of z equals to z plus 3. Similarly, here, whatever the locus was there, I don't care. Although, what is the locus? Can anyone tell what is the locus? Yeah, locus already we have drawn. No, this was a region bounded. This is the region bounded R. So this locus has been plotted into this particular locus. Under the influence of this locus has been plotted. This locus has been plotted into this particular locus under the influence of f of z equals to z e to the power pi by 4, right? Z e to the power iota pi by 4. Under the influence of this function, what has been done? This particular thing has been plotted into this particular thing. Okay. Similarly, here as well, a circle has been plotted into a straight line under the influence of f of z equals to 1 by z. Next question, try doing it on your own. The same function has been given, f of z equals to 1 by z, the same function, f of z equals to omega equals to 1 by z. So from here, I already know that, sir, z would be given as 1 by omega. So from here, what I can see, sir, my x will come out to be what? This we have already seen, no? X will come out to be u upon u square plus v square. X will come out to be u upon u square plus v square. And what will your y come out to be? Sir, y will come out to be minus v upon u square plus v square. Minus v upon u square plus v square. Now in the xy plane, what is the region this time? The region is y going from 1 by 2 to 1 by 4. They are not talking about x. If they are not talking about x, that means x can take any value. If I am saying that my y should be going from 1 by 2 to 1 by 4, that means x can take any value. Now if I am not talking about x. So in xy plane, how it would look like? Sir, in the xy plane, this is how it would look like. This is your x, this is your y. Sir, y should take the value from 1 by 4 to 1 by 2. 1 by 2, y equals to 1 by 2, y equals to 1 by 2, and y equals to 1 by 4. So these are the values it is supposed to take from 1 by 2 to 1 by 4. These are the values it can take. This is your y equals to 1 by 4, and this is your y equals to 1 by 2 until infinity, because x can take values from minus infinity to infinity. So these are the values it is supposed to take. Sir, how it would look in your this particular region? This particular region they are denoting as R. This is your region R. This is your region R. So sir, how it would look on UV plane? On UV plane, how it would look? This is what they are asking. This was your Z plane, and this plane we call UV plane, or you can say, or omega plane you can say. So how it would look here? So based on that, what we can see, sir, x is going from minus infinity to infinity. I don't care about it. U upon u square plus v square. This will be always a positive number. So what you can conclude from here, that u can go from minus infinity to infinity. U can go from minus infinity to infinity. But what about y? So y is going from 1 by 2 to 1 by 4 to 1 by 2. That means from 1 by 4 to 1 by 2, what will go? Minus v upon u square plus v square should be less than or equals to 1 by 2. So two relation I am getting from here. First relation is that minus v upon u square plus v square should be less than or equals to 1 by 2, and minus v upon u square plus v square should be greater than or equals to 1 by 4. Two relation we have got. Now what we need to do? Will this be a positive number? Yes, sir. Is it a positive number? Yes, sir. That means now you can do the cross multiplication. This 2 goes here, this will become minus 2v. And this goes here, this will become u square plus v square. What about this one? This is a positive number, this is also a positive number. So this 4 can go here, minus 4v would be greater than u square plus v square. Understandable? So I would need a page. So two equations we are getting. U square plus V square plus 2V should be greater than 0. U square plus V square plus 2V should be greater than or equals to 0. This is what we are getting, right? U square plus V square plus 2V should be greater than or equals to 0. And other equation is U square plus V square plus 4V should be less than or equals to 0. U square plus V square plus 4V should be less than or equals to 0. Have you seen these kind of things before? In basics of calculus, you would have seen that, sir, a square plus 2ab plus b square. Say yes or no? Now this could be written as u square plus v plus 1 whole square should be greater than or equals to 1 square. Similarly here as well, sir, u square a square plus 2ab. What is this? 2ab. 2 square would be less than 2 square. So what you are getting? U square plus v plus 2 whole square would be less than or equals to 2 square. So it is a circle with the center of 0, minus 1 and radius of 1. And this is the center of 0, minus 2 and the radius of 2. So you need to draw these two circles and then you need to see the bounded region. What is the bounded region? What do you think? Okay, here we have the page, So let's draw the bounded region here. Okay, let's draw the bounded region here. This is your u axis, this is your v axis. What you are supposed to draw? You are supposed to draw a circle of center 0, minus 1, 0, minus 1 with the radius of 1. 0, minus 1 with the radius of 1. I hope you are having good enough aptitude. This is how the circle would look like. 0, minus 1 with the radius of 1. So this is your x equals to 0, minus 1 with the radius of 1. Then this is how it would look like. I hope this much aptitude you are having, right? Not difficult. Next is, what will be this point? This point will be 0, minus 2. Why is that so? Because radius is 1 here, no? This radius is also 1, this radius is also 1, this radius is also 1. Now next is circle at the center of 0, minus 2 with the radius of 2. Circle at center 0, minus 2 with the radius of 2. So this is the radius of 2. Downward as well there is a radius of 2. So how it would look like? Circle with the center at 0, minus 2 with the radius of 2. With the radius of 2. This is how it would look like. Say yes or no. What this point would become? This point would become 0, minus 4. Basically the inner circle, it will have a radius of 1. It will have a radius of 1. And the outer circle, it is having a radius of 2. It is having a radius of 2. Now what they are saying? First one is circle greater than or equals to 1. That means this particular region. Are you able to understand this point? U square plus v plus 1 whole square greater than or equals to 1 square. Do you remember in this lecture or in the last lecture what we have studied? That x square plus y square less than or equals to 1. So if it was less than or equals to 1, then the region inside, that means 0, 0 is satisfied. And if it is greater than or equals to 1, that means region outside. So greater than or equals to 1 means this region they are talking about. Region outside they are talking about. Is that understandable to you? And here there is a sign of less than or equals to 2 square. That means they are talking about the region inside. So what is the overlapping region? Like the point is that they are saying that you need to take u and v values such that your u square plus v square whole square should be greater than 1 square and u square plus v plus 2 whole square should be less than or equals to 2 square. That means they are saying that you need to satisfy that outer of this and inner of this. So what will be the common region? Outer of this and inner of this, sir, common region will be nothing but I can directly see the common region will come out to be this much region. Which region? This much region, sir. This much region will be the common region. Say yes or no. Outer of this particular thing. अरे भाई ये पेन तो सेम हो गया. So they are saying outer of this and inner of this. So what is the common region? This is the common region, no? Which I have highlighted. So what is the area of this common region? Can you tell the area? So the area would be nothing but pi r square. R square will be 2 square minus pi into 1 square. So answer will be 3 pi. That will be the answer. So this is the area. 3 pi is the area. So 3 by pi, answer will be 3. What will be the answer? Answer will be 3. There you go. So it is a good question. These kind of question could be introduced in your examination hall in near future for sure. In near future for sure these kind of questions are coming. That under the influence of, basically what you have understood here, that under the influence of the function, which is omega equals to 1 by z, this particular region has been plotted as a region between two circles, which would look somewhat like this. So what I can see, that this particular region has been plotted into this region under the influence of f of z equals to omega equals to 1 by z. Understandable? So you were supposed to find out the r dash region's surface area. You are supposed to find out the surface area of this r dash region. So what is the surface area of this r dash region, that you were supposed to find out. So the area came out to be, sir, full circle area minus this circle area. So you can simply subtract, you got the answer as 3 pi. So 3 pi divided by pi, answer is 3. There you go. Okay, a very good question, very good conceptual problem. This is how we are supposed to solve. In the gate examination till this point there is no question, so this much practice is more than enough. But I am pretty hopeful that in future the question is coming from this particular topic for sure in your examination. So this much practice is more than enough. Target is that you get z as a function of omega. Omega as a function of z would be given. You get z as a function of omega, your job would be done. Then see the relation given, just plot the function and you will get the answer. Understandable? Well and good. So yeah, this is done here. This much practice is more than enough, since it is a new topic which is not usually it is not asked, but who knows, it might be asked in the future. Okay. Yes. Now one more question we will solve. This is a MSQ problem. It is a gate PYQ only, and it is a MSQ problem. You need to solve it on your own. Use your brain, get the correct answer. I don't want you to do the question wrong. It is a MSQ problem. Solve this. Sir, this would be for sure correct, no? This you have taught. What you have taught? What we have studied? Sir, you only said that f of z conjugate would be nothing but f of z conjugate. Right? This is what I have said. Understandable? So, sir, this would be correct. No. Why is that so? When I talked about f of z conjugate, that means I was talking that this would be a purely function of z. There will be no other complex number. Like here, apart from z, there will not be any other complex number. But if you talk about this function, what is the scenario? 1 plus iota, 2 plus iota. Basically, what will be your p of z conjugate? Sir, when you take the conjugate of any function, what you do? In place of z, you will put z conjugate. In place of z, you will put z conjugate. Cube is there. Plus, in place of iota, you will put minus iota. In place of z, you will put z conjugate. In place of iota, what you will put? Minus iota. In place of z, what you will put? Z conjugate plus 3. And what is the meaning of p of z conjugate? That means, sir, in place of z, you need to put z conjugate. In place of z, you need to put z conjugate. In place of z, you need to put z conjugate. 1 plus iota remains as it is. In place of z, I am supposed to put z conjugate. 2 plus iota remains as it is. In place of z, I am supposed to put z conjugate plus 3. So, are they same? Not same. They are not same. What does that mean? That means this option is wrong. Understandable? Okay. First option, the sum of the roots of pz equals to 0 is a real number. What will be the sum of roots? Sum of roots. Do you remember it? Pz equals to given as z cube 1 plus iota z square plus 2 plus iota z plus 3. What is the sum of root? This value is the sum of root. You always start from equals to 0. Do you remember this thing? X square plus ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. What is the sum of root? Sum of root says minus b by a. What is the multiplication of root? That would be nothing but c by a. Similarly, for ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d equals to 0. What will be the sum of roots? The sum of roots will be nothing but minus b by a. So you go start with minus plus minus. So what will be the multiplication of roots? That would be minus d by a. So similarly, what will be the sum of roots? Roots are sum of roots. I am directly writing sum of roots because these alpha beta I will use later on. So sum of roots. What will be the sum of roots? Sum of roots will be this. This is the sum of roots. So what they are saying? What is the option? The sum of roots pz equals to 0 is a real number? No, it is not correct. Like there was no doubt, it will not be correct at all. Sir, option D, the complex roots of pz equals to 0 will come in conjugate pair. What do they mean? That sir, if one of the root is alpha plus iota beta, no, then the next root would be alpha minus iota beta for sure. This is what they are saying. And this I have already studied, sir. I have already studied that, sir, if there is a quadratic equation, no, what I have studied, that sir, if there is a quadratic equation pz equals to 0, which is having one of the root as alpha plus iota beta, then sir, for sure, other root will be alpha minus iota beta for sure. You can take any equation. Let's just say I take the equation x square plus 2x plus 4 equals to 0. So what will be the roots? Sir, minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. So what is the answer I am getting? Plus minus 2 plus minus, this will become under root 12 iota divided by 2. So sir, one of the root is minus 2 plus under root 12 iota divided by 2 and other root is minus 2 minus under root 12 iota by 2. So these are the roots. So one root is alpha plus iota beta and other root is alpha minus iota beta. Both are same. Other has to be a conjugate pair. What they have said, they should be conjugate pairs. That what is the meaning of conjugate? That in place of iota you put minus iota. So yes sir, this I have studied in my basic classes in class 11, 12, that they will always come in the conjugate pair. But the statement that you have studied, that is true only if the coefficients were real. These coefficients were real. So it is polynomial in Z. It is polynomial in Z, but with the real coefficient. If the coefficients are real with polynomial in Z with real coefficient. If the coefficients are real, then this particular thing is true. But if coefficients are not real, then this particular thing is not true. Are you able to understand this point? And let's check this particular equation. The equation is z cube plus 1 plus iota z square 2 plus iota z plus 3 equals to 0. Now think about it very carefully. Listen to me. Let's just say I am saying that roots are appearing in conjugate pairs. This is what I am saying. That roots are appearing in conjugate pairs. That means, sir, if one of the root is alpha plus iota beta, then sir, other root will be alpha minus iota beta. Now let me know, can this be a complex? Can this be a complex root? Can the sir, first root is alpha plus iota beta, other root is alpha minus iota beta. Sir, the third root will be complex root or it has to be real? Sir, if it is complex, let's just say it is a plus iota b. If it is complex, then the statement would go wrong, no? Because if a plus iota b is existing, then a minus iota b should also exist. But which is not possible because it will have maximum 3 roots. Maximum 3 roots. That means if you are saying that option D is correct, then what does that mean? That means if one of the root is alpha plus iota beta, the other one could be alpha minus iota beta. But sir, third has to be a real root which will be gamma. Is that understandable to you or not? Do you understand it? Absolutely, sir. If I am saying option D is correct, if option D is correct, if D is correct, then this would be the scenario. If option D is correct, then this should be the scenario, right? Now if you add them, sum of roots, if you add them, what you will be getting? Alpha plus iota beta plus alpha minus iota beta plus gamma. Iota beta cancel out, 2 alpha plus gamma. What is this? This is a real number. Why is that so? Because sir, this was a real part, this was also a real part, and this is also a real number only. So it is coming out to be a real number, which is not the case, which is not equals to minus 1 plus iota, because sum of the roots is minus 1 plus iota. It is not a real number. Not a real number. It is not a real number. That means if you are saying that the sum are appearing, if you are saying that roots are appearing in the conjugate pair, if you are saying that roots are appearing in the conjugate pair, then the sum of all the roots should be a real number, which is not the case here, because the sum of root is -1 minus iota, which is not the case here. That means this option is also wrong. Is that understandable? What I am saying? Deliberately I put it as MSQ, because you remember one thing, in the examination, in the MSQ as well, one option correct could be possible, and it has happened a lot of times. In EC, I would say at least 10 times it has happened. More than 10 times it has happened that they have framed MSQ question, but only one option was correct. So it can happen in the examination all that MSQ would be there, but only one option would be correct. So deliberately I said it is MSQ, so that people would be thinking what would be the next option correct. But this option is also wrong. Why it is wrong? Sir, pz equals to 0 I am putting. If I am saying that it will have conjugate, if the roots will be in the conjugate pairs, then sir, the sum of roots will come out to be a real number. Why is that so? Because if some one is alpha plus iota beta, then other one has to be alpha minus iota beta, and other one has to be gamma. So if I do the sum, it has to be a real number, which is not possible because the sum is actually -1 plus iota. So this option is also correct. All the roots cannot be real. Yes, if all the roots were real, it is pretty obvious. Okay, this particular thing is pretty obvious. If all roots were real, what was your equation? Z cube 1 plus iota z square 2 plus iota z plus 3 equals to 0. All roots were real. If all roots were real, then what would have been the scenario? Then the scenario would have been one root would be alpha, other root would be beta, other root would be gamma. Sum of roots would be alpha plus beta plus gamma. This would have been the sum of roots, which will be a real number. But actual sum is -1 plus iota, which is not true. That means they cannot be real. What does that mean? That means all roots cannot be real. Which option is correct? This option is correct. All roots cannot be real. That's it. Okay, I hope you are able to understand this question. It is a GATE PYQ only, although at that time MCQ question were asked. Okay, it came in GATE 2021. So there only MCQ question were asked, but now it could be asked as MSQ with only one option correct. So did you understand that sum of roots we need to do? Sum of roots is -1 minus iota. You can see that sum of root is not a real number. This conjugate thing also you have understood. Last option was that they would appear in the conjugate pair. So this we have already studied that yes, they would appear in conjugate pair, but only if the coefficients are real. Now the coefficients are not real. If the coefficients are not real, what does that mean? That means, sir, it is not necessary that they will be in the conjugate pair. If they were in the conjugate pair, then their summation would come out to be a real number, which is not the case. That means option D is also correct. D is also incorrect. Option B is correct. All roots cannot be real, because if they were real, then their summation would have been a real number only, but here it is a complex number. Understandable? So yeah, that's it. So basics of complex number in 2 lectures we have studied. In roughly around, I guess, less than 6 hours we have studied about the basics of complex numbers. Okay, complete depth we have seen. No matter whichever the kind of question would be coming, you would be able to solve. Next we need to study about limit, continuity and differentiability. Okay, so you already know about the limit of a single variable function. So limits you already know, but for a 2 variable function, how would you find out the limit? If this is the scenario, then how would you find out the limit? That we need to check in the next lecture. Okay, so let's meet in the next lecture. Till that point, you keep on revising. Thank you very much. Happy learning.